what eventually happened is it changed into the rapier. You can see over time it came with a defensive basket to protect your hand because you don't want to lose anything. This is considered a transitional weapon, meaning it went from this to what you might see in like what they call a court sword. It's the weapon you might see. Dear sir, you slept with my wife. I ask if I want justice right now. So it's a short little sword that you carry on your side for court. So it was a weapon used with a gentleman. Now what happened was schools started opening up all over Europe. A few people said, I'm a sword master, I know what I'm doing. People now, the middle class, started to rise from the peasantry. And they went, wait a second, we have money. We want to show that we are gentlemen, that we are people of status. So we're going to take a few fencing classes. And then we now know how to defend ourselves. Problem, the middle class started killing themselves off. So a lot of times they actually outlawed fencing in a lot of cities because the wealthy were actually dying. So they said, can't do this anymore. They actually have a scene in the Three Musketeers, where you have the Three Musketeers, they're all challenging each other to duel, and the English are showing up, or the French are just like, sorry, you're under arrest for fencing, for dueling. And they said, okay, and then they killed everyone, but those don't under fencing. So a lot of sword schools would open. A lot of different techniques, a lot of different ideas came during that period of time. A lot of times these schools were actually clustered on a lot of the same streets. So you could literally hop from one to the other and see what you would interest in. How you would learn this is, or how you figure what's going on is that they would be called treaties. They were like advertisements. They would show a beginning and an end. Now, unfortunately, that's all we have left from that time period. The beginning and the end, because eventually fencing now died out a little bit, has become more of like an Olympic type sport. So those types of fighting, street rolling, was now gone. So a lot of what I do, what Brandon is doing, is re-examining and trying to figure out how it worked back then. So what you're seeing is self-defense on the street. Someone comes in, I'm going to steal your money, how are you going to defend yourself? So what weapons you're going to see today are going to be rapiers, daggers. Everyone had a knife with them at that time period anyway. So you might as well have it second hand. So we're going to do a couple of short bouts, and then I'm going to ask, what have you seen? So I'm going to suggest back away.
When you don't keep close to the mirror.
Yes. Okay.
No, I'm safer.
Okay. We'll do a little dagger.
Look all poopy.
Hmm?